Hey guys, it's me, EODGamer here, and let's talk about Officer Cui, the new Bangboo that's coming out in version 1.1. Now, there are many big Bangboos some of you have been picking. I want to give you a very holistic approach regardless of what account that you are in, what is this Bangboo, and who it actually might benefit. You know, we don't waste any time on this channel, so let me just give you the long story short. If you are looking for a Bangboo that does good damage, a lot of damage, and probably one of the highest attack stat in the game, this is definitely one of them you should consider. If you wish that maybe your Chiburu just dealt a little bit more damage, just did something more to contribute to your team, I think Officer Cui is definitely very interesting. Now, first things first, the biggest thing you'll notice is this massive attack stat. All of them here, these four, I just put like close competitors at S rank. You can see the attack stat here is 8.8k, which is almost a 10%. It is a 10% higher than Chiburu's damage. Compared to the Butler, there's almost a 1k increase. And even some of you who are planning to use Resonable, because maybe you're running Resonable for that Aether for your Zhuyuan in your team compositions, this is a very crazy increase in terms of stats, more than a 10% increase in other like close S rank competition. So I don't just want to talk about the attack stat and stuff, I just want to give you a little bit more about my analysis on this one, and I've tested it out a little bit. Very cute. I'll put some of the videos up on screen as well. It's the first time I actually had to test an NPC out, so it took me a lot of tries. If you appreciate such content, do give me a like and subscribe as well. But first things first, what does this character do? Or this Bangboo do? Have to get used to saying Bangboo because it's an NPC. So woof 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 woof. Never thought I'd say that. Active skill here is it just deals a lot of physical damage and it can be triggered multiple times. Now, don't underestimate this. It may seem very boring. You are like, EOD, where's the anomaly mastery, anomaly application and stuff like that? This deals a crazy amount of damage. Firstly, look at this 400 plus multiplier, days multiplier 151 seconds. Let's compare it to Resonable, for example. Since some of you might be looking at this. This one is a 28 seconds 28 second cooldown with a 1.3k multiplier. So if you were to compare these two, because close competitors, this is like 4 times less with slightly less cooldown. But not only that, you are also able to trigger it multiple amounts of times, and that's where it actually bridges the difference. So with combined together with like active skill and the additional ability here, when you have in your team 2 or more police team members, after the Bangboo, not your character using active skill, is this Bangboo itself using the active skill woof 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 woof, then you are able to trigger the skill multiple times. So you will see it, I'll just put some clips up on the background here. You will see the thing attacking the monster multiple times, which really adds up the damage as well. And for those of you who are wondering, the chain attack is exactly a lot of damage too. As you can see, Bangboo chain attack jumps in with 1.3k damage multiplier, days multiplier of like 180. Comparing it to like your other Bangboos, for example, your this Aether Bangboo here, you do like 1k damage, you do like 140% days, which is a lot less than Officer Cui, which you can see here is quite a bit more significant, especially if you are stunning enemies, chaining, attacking. This is a very strong Bangboo to have. What are my thoughts overall? I think if you're looking for a damage dealing Bangboo right now, you want it to contribute a bit more to your teams. Maybe you don't really care too much about Aether teams. You like the flexibility of like slotting in your characters with any DPS, for example. Maybe you're playing with Ting Yi with other DPSs. You don't want to run like double Aether because you might not always be playing with a character like Zhuyuan. Officer Cui likely will follow your Ting Yi around, or your other supports, maybe Seth, for example. You will follow those characters around to many different places as well. So let's talk a bit about who will benefit from this. The first thing that I want to talk about is you do not really need additional copies of this Bangboo. Why? It's nice to have. You have damage increases and stuff like that, which helps you cap off. You can use, of course, the Officer Cui cost to get more of it, but I don't really recommend you pulling for too many of one Bangboo. I'll much rather you have a better roster of Bangboos so you can easily switch and choose between them as well, so you have like more flexibility of your team compositions as they go along. What are the characters that benefit most from Officer Cui? Of course, are the characters that help it prop its skill more, which is your units like Zhuyuan, your units like Ting Yi as well. And of course, this is all filmed on the early access server. A huge shout out to Hoyoverse for letting us film on this to get some testing out as well for all the Bangboos and stuff. So to units like Zhuyuan, units like Ting Yi is super flexible. She's really great stun character. If you haven't seen our videos on Ting Yi and why I think she's like super flexible. You can check that video out, but you can consider pulling Officer Cui for a team composition like with Ting Yi with any flex DPS, and maybe Seth. Seth, of course, is not in the game right now. He is going to be coming out in the second half too. So any of you who are playing Zhu Yuan can consider Officer Cui to add a bit more damage, especially if you're not running a double Zhu Yuan and Nicole combination, because maybe you just can't care too much about corruption. Maybe you're not running corruption-based teams. Maybe you're running with electric-based teams as well. Or maybe just a mix of every single element, like you have one Ting Yi, you have another character like Sokaku, and then you have Zhu Yuan, so like a rainbow team compositions. I think those team compositions are likely going to be very, very strong. Other than that, though you are not running the police team, my honest recommendation is I don't think this character is going to be super attractive for you, because it offers you damage and damage alone, whereas a more versatile unit like Butler does offer you quite a bit of energy regeneration in case you don't really know like where to put their energy at, or what Bangboo to play. You can at least use the active skill that the Butler Bangboo gives, whereas the additional ability here you can even live without for the Butler Bangboo. But for Officer Cui, this is very critical, because this although it's gacha 50% chance to trigger more effects, you do want to be able to proc this reliably, which increases the DPS of your Bangboo. So increasing DPS, triggering additional ability, that is my honest thoughts, and I don't think you need additional copies of this. If you found this video helpful, it's my first time playing an NPC or trying to make an NPC do its thing so we can see. Let me leave a like, leave a comment below as well if you want to see more of such future videos, and like and subscribe for more of such future content. And thank you guys so much for watching. Check out these two other videos for 1.1 as well, and see you in the next video.